Hi everyone. Today is Wednesday, March the 8th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. My name is Anne-Marie Band, and on Wednesday, today we had mortgage applications. We have wholesale inventories, probably not going to do anything. We had a slurry of earnings that looked pretty awful. And we have a 10-year note at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's probably going to make a difference. We will be going, you'll see me on Fast Markets today from 9 to 12, and then we'll walk right into our Benzinga Zoom session that we have for members to go over what we're looking at. My suspicion is that fading action is fairly likely, so let's have a look at the charts and see how our formations did yesterday in terms of their predictive abilities. Now, as you'll know from yesterday's formation, I said, hey, listen, 518 should be the top end here. And what we are looking for is somewhere around that 515 as that breakout, old resistance, new support. We seem to have broken through the edge here. And this line, I'm going to leave it up there for a little bit of range expansion. 516 and 516.33 is a support zone that we need to recapture. If we bounce and we do not breach 518, we'll sit in the range. If we bounce and reject the VWAP, we're going to step down first into this big 515 level, then 514 and potentially 512. Our rotations are telling us that the buyers should try to hold the bounce, this floor somewhere around this 514 to 515 zone. And that, I'm going to remove that ray, yes, and that's going to give us the real zone that we need to watch today, because it is bullish, this momentum, and flattening down, first pass bounces are what we need to observe. And we should see a first pass bounce unless something really is yucky here, and then we completely fade. This is why I keep us in range-bound formations. I do not like the way the market is looking right now. Oops, I forgot that it's time to go to the cues. I just don't like the way it looks. Now, yesterday I said, hey, 441 might be the top end of that range, and if it breaks through, it would be 442.50. It got past 441. It did not breach 442. Now we have this sideways motion. I'm going to bring it down into the support area, and I'm going to move this one up here. And so we have resistance at 441, broken support currently at 439.25, first target event, really currently where we're sitting at yesterday's congestion zone, or day before yesterday's congestion zone, and underneath that 437. So my suspicion is traders will try to bounce off of this line here at 438.50, right? And then try to push back up above 440. If that doesn't happen, we've got ourselves more downside action. And then if it does happen, we have upside action into 441 and 442.50. Let's jump into the ES. We can see the same sort of thing. 4,200 should have been a pretty nice edge. No, it's breaking, and so we are looking, take a look, this momentum indicator broke 2 days ago, right? And now, or pre-market yesterday, and now we're looking at the price action finally breaking down here. The lower highs and now the lower lows tell us that the bounce action on this time frame at this time going to give us sell zones. So where's that bounce action? I think it's 51.88, maybe 51.78 if it gets jiggy, as it were. That is really, good grief, did I just age myself saying that one? So that's really what we want to look at from there. But the buyers are going to try to come in at the first pass, but bounces are sell zones for sure, because now we're getting a little bit of rotation in the moving average, expansion in the volatility bands, We'll see what happens there, but the downward actions are 88, 51.88, 51.78, 51.67, 51.57. And then on the upside, 52.08, 52.20, I'm going to say 25.50, and then that number at 52.42. I think Adam Mancini has, if he says his name like that, has 52.41. An incredible guy to follow from a futures perspective, ES particularly. All right, taking a look at the NQ, same sort of thing. Momentum break pre-market. Trend still up. Now the trend has gone flat. We're closing candlesticks under the trend. So the bounces are sell zones. Where are those? 18,172. First is the resistance. So first support action should be around this 18,100 area, but I have noticed that support areas in the NQ can break as much as 35 to 40 points before recovering. So how's that for risk? At the end of that, we've got 18,072. If we just go to the candlestick edges, it's 18,047. Okay, upside pressure, 18,202. That would be a beautiful short in my mind. If it holds the level, however, 18,275 would be next. Let's take a look at the YM. So having a peek at the YM, momentum crested 2 trading days ago in the pre-market. Notice, this is why trend is king, right? Why is trend master and commander? Because momentum is telling us, listen, brand new highs are going to get sold. But it is not telling us anything about breakdown, not in the near term. The break of trend will give us that, and literally, this is going to be our first candlestick close underneath this line. Where is this general support area that I think we should bounce from? Well, I think it's right around here, 38,958. Below that, 38,833, and then 38,761. Up above, 39,082. We sort of breached that. So I'm going to say 39,086 and then 39,209. As we can see, oil continues to fade. Man, I got to tell you, I love this short in oil. 77 is the first target here. 75.97 will be the next one. Chart still trying to work through mean reversion. And then gold bouncing a little bit. The dollar had a day yesterday. It really ran. And so maybe this is a little relief bounce for gold. 23, 27-ish or so, I think, is where, maybe 23.30 is where Dakota had the short from the other day. 23.10 is the floor. 23.30 is the ceiling. In between there, you could have some pretty good sideways action. All right, that's it, folks. I'll see you on the platforms. Join me for Top Step TV on YouTube and, of course, for the Benzinga Pro members on the Benzinga Pro platform. Take care.